If you're somebody who's dealt with anxiety, maybe you're a dad with an incoming child like me, give this clip a watch. It's for you. Hit the like, share it with your granny. I appreciate you. God loves you. Have a good one. So my wife and I had an appointment this morning, and our little guy that she's pregnant with is small. He's 4 pounds right now, and we're like a month and 2 weeks, so a month and a half out from her due date. So they had told us that they wanted us to go get a non-stress test. Well, she just texted me and had said that they are now, because we're supposed to be going. We're going tonight. We're going at like 4:30, and we're going to be going up to get the non-stress test. But now she's supposed to be getting steroids at this NST today, and we'll need to go to Pinnacle in Harrisburg for a more advanced ultrasound. So I just, like, when I read that, I'm sorry, my face probably showed, like, I just got kind of like a gut-wrenched feeling, because it's not really the news I want to hear, that we have to go do a special thing because they're concerned about the size of our child. I guess there's just something about the idea of having to take steroids during pregnancy that just doesn't sit well. I guess I just don't know how to handle that kind of news, and just be authentic to you guys. Is like I was literally like on the floor, just weeping and gnashing teeth, like in prayer out of the Psalms. I was reading the Psalms and just praying from the Psalms, because I didn't know what to say. I didn't know how to communicate what I was feeling. When they told me, now how it was communicated to me also affected things, but with baby Delkery, everything had gone so smooth. Now, except for just a few things, and here were just a few of those things, is the night he was born, they gave him to us, but then like he started to turn blue, and then they took him from us, understandably, right? They need to go do something. And that was at like 8:30 at night, because she had him at like 8:08 p.m. We didn't hear anything about how he was doing, and he did not get sent back to us until almost 1 a.m. So it just was not a good. That was just not a pleasant experience at all. You're not getting it. Like, I don't remember getting updates. I just remember being freaking wrecked, because it's just like, what's going on? And I'm the one who, I try to be the rock. I try to be the calm rock for my wife, so she doesn't overreact and freak out. And so that was the first situation. But then, like, the first week he was home with us, the way that they were communicating things about certain things being low, or extremely high, I forget how it was, and then how we had to both breastfeed but also bottle feed and stuff to try and get the calories up and stuff like that. Just the way things were communicated just had me literally freaking out, because I was like, I don't know what's going on with my kid, but I keep being told that this is not good and that we need to get this up, or else we have to do this. We have to bring him into the hospital and do this. And so I was like freaking, and lo and behold, it was jaundice. If they would have just told me it was jaundice, I would have understood. But nobody told me jaundice. Instead, they used different terms I don't understand. Anyway, so I remember freaking out though, man. I was praying from the Psalms, praying, and I gotta encourage somebody here. If you're somebody who's ever like freaking out, I encourage you to visit the Psalms. And so, like, for me, when I get this news from my wife that I just got about how we're gonna have to travel to Harrisburg, and we're gonna have to go get steroidal check after this non-stress tests and stuff to see, because the baby is in the 7th percentile, guys, like 7th percentile. That's how small he is right now. Man, just go to the Psalms. Go to the Psalms. And I got to tell you, it's funny how this is brought up, because I've been reading, the past couple days I had read Psalm 55, 56, and 57. And I got to encourage you, if you get a chance, man, to read through those, let those be words then that fuel prayer. Psalm 57 specifically, I just want to take a minute. I feel drawn here, so I think it's good to be able to read this. It says, "Be merciful to me, O God. Be merciful to me, for in you my soul takes refuge." This is happening when David is fleeing and hiding in a cave, fleeing from King Saul, from killing him. And he says, "Be merciful to me, O God, be merciful to me, for in you my soul takes refuge. In the shadow of your wings I will take refuge till the storms of destruction pass by. I cry out to God, my most high, to God who fulfills his purpose for me. He will send from heaven and save me. He will put to shame him who tramples on me. God will send out his steadfast love and his faithfulness. My soul is in the midst of lions. I lie down amid fiery beasts, the children of man whose teeth are spears and arrows, whose tongues are sharp swords. Be exalted, O God, above the heavens. Let your glory be over all the earth. They set a net for my steps. My soul was bowed down. They dug a pit in my way, but they have fallen into it themselves. My heart is steadfast, O God. My heart is steadfast. I will sing and make melody. Awake, my glory. Awake, O harp and lyre. I will awake the dawn. I will give thanks to you, O Lord, among the peoples. I will sing praises to you among the nations. For your steadfast love is great to the heavens, your faithfulness to the clouds. And here's one of the things that just huge with me out of Psalm 57. 4 things of what David does. David doesn't just cry out, gnash his teeth. Why, Lord? Why is this happening? Instead, he takes action. And what are the actions he takes? He surrenders, he prays, he trusts, and he praises. He surrenders the situation over to God. He prays. He cries out to God. He stays steadfast. He remains. And then he praises God. Praise is that ultimate expression of faith. If you're dealing with something, you're struggling with something, a tough situation, I encourage you, go read through, especially Psalm 55 through 57, but Psalm 57 and think through the actions of David. Surrender the situation to God. Have you surrendered it to God? Are you currently surrendering it in trust? Pray. Cry out to God. It is okay to cry out. Multiple times, David speaks in Psalms of, God, you say you're I know you're my refuge, but where are you? Are you even listening to me? Do you even hear me? Cry out to God. Pray. And then trust. Remain steadfast. Trust that he hears you. Psalm 55 talks a lot about that. He knows and sees you. He will rescue you. He will see you through your situation. Trust in him. Trust that he is in control. And then praise. This is the one, man, I tell you what, people I think overlook this all the time. Give praise to God. Praise, when we give praise out of our mouth, it brings encouragement to our spirit. And so surrender, pray, trust, praise, and see how your situation changes. See how you go through the situation differently, how you're transformed in the situation, let alone how the situation is transformed around you. You know, I share that hopefully as an encouragement to somebody, maybe as a conviction to another. I encourage you, even right now, before going and jumping into another stream, if you've not spent time with the Lord today, or you're dealing with a difficult situation, a tough situation in life right now, take a few minutes before you go and jump into the next thing in your day and read 11 verses. Read it, pray through it. Let that fuel your words and see how your situation is affected, just like David's situation was affected.